Hey there, this is me again, Mr. Zamora, and I am here to explain 8.T.16. Alright, we have two figures, right? And they are similar, they are like proportional. We know that the surface of the second figure is 100 feet square, but we don't know about the other one, the first one. Okay, and we have only these figures. All right, we have these two lengths. This is 2 feet long and this is 5 feet long. All right, and we don't know how high it is, and we cannot just like guess, make a simple guess. We need to find out how to do it. All right, let me hit the learn with an example just to tell you that we need to use a formula. Okay, we're going to use ratios. Remember when we were seeing ratios like 2 or 3 months ago? We're going to use a little bit of that, and it is important that you pay a lot of attention to this explanation. Okay, so the first figure equals 196 square millimeters, and the second one we don't know. It is 6 millimeters length in here and 9 millimeters length in here. Okay, we are going to need this proportion rule or formula. A and B, A divided by B, all of this elevated to the power of 2 equals to the first surface divided by the second surface, okay? Where A and B is the ratio of the corresponding dimensions, and S1 and S2 is the ratio of the surface areas, okay? So what we're going to do, this is going to be A, this part is going to be A, and this part is going to be B. All right, so pay attention to that. So we have A and B here, so we're going to substitute this one. This 6 is going to substitute A, and this 9 is going to substitute B. So it is going to be like this, and we just multiply it. All right, here, yeah, I see what's happening here. So this one is simplified in here or reduced here. 6/9 equals to 2/3. All right, this is just like a regular fraction. Now we're going to elevate this fraction to the power of 2. So 2 elevated to the power of 2 equals 4, 3 elevated to the power of 2 equals 9, because 2 times 2 equals 4, 3 times 3 equals 9, okay? So now that we have this, we know that the surface of the first figure is 196, and we don't know the surface of the second figure, okay? So this equals this, okay? Now we're going to use this, but we're going to substitute all of this. Like instead of writing AB, we're going to write 4/9. Like 4/9 equals 196 divided by the surface of the second figure. Okay. Once that we have this, we are going to multiply this times this. So this times this equals 9. S2. All right, and we're going to multiply this like this by the multiplication of this, by the product of this. We're just going to mark it right here, and we're going to multiply this again times this. All right, so both sides of the equation, of this equation, is going to be multiplied by the product of these two values. All right, once that we have that, we can eliminate the 9 in here, and we're just going to keep the number 4 equals. In here we're going to eliminate the S because it is repeated above and below, and we're just going to keep the number 9. 196 times 9. Okay, we do this operation, 196 times 9 equals this, and then we're going to divide both sides by 4 because we want to get rid of this number 4. Okay, we divide this by 4 and we just keep the s. We divide this by 4 and the result is 449. Probably you found this a little bit complicated, but I am just going to explain with a real example. Okay, let's hit back to practice, and we have this example. Let me print the screen, and I will go to Paint, and we're going to be working with this real example. Okay, so as I told you, we are going to be using this formula A, oops, it's a little bit ugly, A divided by B, all of this elevated to the power of 2, okay, equals surface 1 divided by surface 2, okay. Now I am going to substitute this A for this number right here. So 2 divided by B. This is B, okay? All of this elevated to the power of 2. So this equals 2 times 2 equals 4. 5 times 5 equals 25. Okay, so far so good. Okay, now what you have to do is just substitute what you have here. Okay, so instead of writing, well, we're going to write S1, but instead of writing S2, we're going to write this. So we cannot write the value of S1 because we don't know it. It's this one. So we just leave it like that, S1. But instead of writing S2, we're going to write how much S2 values, 100. Okay. Now we are going to use the formula that we had that says that 4 divided by 25 equals S1 divided by 100. So this is a ratio. Remember how we did ratios in the past? You can just do it and it is going to be the same. So the web page explains in a way that, yeah, it is correct and it works, but I don't really like it because of the complication. I am going to explain as IXL explains, and then I am going to explain as I would explain. All right. So what IXL says is that you have to multiply this 4 divided by 25 by the product of this, okay, like this, okay, 4 divided by 25, and it multiplies the product of this, okay, so it's 25 times 100 equals this times this, okay, as 1 divided by 100 times 25 times 100. Okay, you know that if you divide any number and then you multiply that number by the same number, the result is going to be the same. Or in other words, if you divide something for example 4 divided by 25, and then you multiply the result by 25, the result is going to be 4. So at the end it's going to be just 4 times 100. So we're going to eliminate this and this, okay? And the result is going to be 4 times 100 equals, and the same is going to happen here. Okay, if we divide something by 100 and then multiply it by 100, it's like we're just multiplying, just multiplying this times this. So we're going to eliminate this, and we just keep as 1 times 25. Okay, so we do this operation. 4 times 100 equals 400 equals 25 S surface 1. Okay, so we want to get rid of this number. We want to get rid of this 25. So as we teach in Mexico, we say our students that you need to send this 25 to the other side of the equal symbol doing the opposite operation. It is multiplying, you have to send it dividing. Or in the American way, you have to, if you want to get rid of 25, you have to divide all of this by 25, but the condition is that you have to divide by the same number, which is 25, the other side of the equation. The result is going to be the same. So whatever you want to use, so as I told you, if you multiply something by 25 and then divide it by 25, the result is just going to be this, and you can do this operation, and the result is going to be S1 equals 16. Yeah, because if you divide 400 by 25, the result is going to be 16. So the answer here is going to be 16. I know that it sounds a little bit complicated. Well, for me it's like a lot complicated, but let me erase this part. Yep, coming. Okay, my wife's here. Let me open the door. Okay, I'm back. As I told you, there is a simpler way, and that's what I taught you like a few months ago. Okay, what you have to do is just to multiply diagonally and then divide by the other number. Okay, so you can multiply 100 times 4 or 4 times 100. So you have to multiply diagonally. How do you know what you're going to multiply? Oh, obviously, because you cannot multiply this times this, because you don't know what the value of S1 is. So you have to multiply always the values that you know. All right, so you're going to multiply this, and when you finish multiplying, then you're going to divide. For example, let's say that you multiply 4 times, this is a multiplication symbol, 4 times 100, and then you divide, let me put like an arrow right here, and then you divide by the other number. Okay, this is a division. Okay, let me get the calculator. So 4 times 100 equals 400 divided by 25, and the result is 16. So this is the way that I would do it, the way that I taught you a few months ago. And yeah, I just wanted to let you know that there is also another way, It's a little bit more complicated, but it works. Okay, so this is what you have to do with the rest of the problems. So let's write 16 in our iExcel web page to see that it is correct. All right, let me help you do this second problem. Okay, let me print the screen. I'm gonna open a new Paint file. All right, so remember you have to do A. This is going to be A, 8. B is 4. Okay, this one is going to be elevated to the power of 2. Remember, before elevating this, we can also just divide this by 4. 8 divided by 4 equals 2. 4 divided by 4 equals 1. Okay, I am just reducing this to make operations more simple. Okay, so we have this. Okay, now 2 divided by 1 equals V1. I don't know what the value of V1 is, and V2 I know that is 1. Okay, so remember what to do. This times this. 2 times 1 equals 2. 2 divided by 1 equals 2. Doesn't make any sense. Well, let me check. 2 times 1 equals 2. Yeah. And 2 divided by 1 equals 2. Is that true? Yeah. Haha. Oops. Incorrect. Why? Why is it incorrect? Oh, I got it. Duh. Sorry, I didn't read the directions. That's why. What is the volume? Volume of the large rectangular prism. Okay, they were asking me about the volume, not the surface. Okay, sorry about that, guys. Well, I hope that you learned by my mistake. So to do this, it is very like simple. Let me explain it in here. So let me. Okay. So instead of elevate it to the power of 2, you're going to elevate it to the power of 3. Okay, so as I told you, you can reduce this, and it is going to be 2, 1 elevated to the power of 3, which is 2 times 2, 4 times 2, 8. And 8 and 1 elevated to the power of 3 equals 1. So 8 of 1 equals volume 1 divided by 1. Okay, so we just that 8 and sorry, let me use red. 8 times 1 equals 8, and 8 divided by 1 equals 8. So the answer is that V1 equals 8 centimeters, 8 cubic centimeters. All right, so that's why the correct answer was 8. Sorry about that mistake. So if you want, you can just close the video if you already understood, or you can continue watching this video because I am going to do the other one. Okay, so again, what is the volume? All right, volume of this larger rectangle. Okay, let me print the screen, a new, and paste the screen. All right, so A equals 2, B equals 3. We're going to elevate this to the power of 3, which is 2 times 2, 4 times 2, 8. All right, 3 times 3, 9 times 3, 27. Okay, so 8 over 27 equals V1, which is 216 over V2. Okay, so remember that we have to multiply diagonally. We cannot multiply this because we don't know the value of this, but we have these two. Okay, 27 times 216, 27 times 216 equals well, that amount, and then I am going to divide this by 8, divided by 8. So this is the volume of the second one. Okay, so I just will copy the result, and I am going to paste that in here, and I'm going to submit it, and that's correct. Okay, so I'm gonna leave this video right here, and let me know if you have any question via private message, and well, see you next video.